My name is Josie and I'm childfree by choice. I spent the first 20 years of my adult life fixated on having kids. Really, it was my only ambition, actually. But then when I was faced with the real possibility of making that dream happen, I discovered that there were actually only 4 good reasons for me to have a child. Number 1, I wanted to fit in with the mummy majority, a cult that I'd already lost a lot of good friends to, and I sort of felt like, well, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. 2, so that said child could look after me as I age, so I don't die alone in a care home having not had a visitor in 10 years, which is a genuine fear. 3, to make my mum happy. She would make an amazing grandma. It's the best gift that I could give her when she has genuinely given me everything. The guilt that I haven't done that does weigh really heavy every day. And 4, time off work. Even just a bit of time off would be gratefully received. I find work really exhausting and hard. As someone with an ADHD mind, sometimes it can be completely overwhelming, and my career has been a convoluted path. I'd love to be paid to take a bit of time off to pursue a personal project, as parents are. So those were the 4 reasons I came up with for having a child, but I was actually completely overwhelmed with an abundance of reasons not to have a child. These are just a few of them that spring to mind easily. I feel that this world is already overpopulated and that our natural resources are dwindling. Furthermore, I think that the UK is overpopulated. I feel that our public services, such as the NHS and state school system, are in crisis. Having witnessed the kid experience change over the last 30 years, I feel that kids have it quite hard nowadays. A combination of screen time, social media, gender confusion, bullying to the point of suicide, violence, gangs, sexualization. There's a lot of stuff that kids face that is really taking them out of their innocence earlier than they should be. It's very expensive to have a child. In 2021, apparently it cost about 175 grand to raise a baby to the age of 18. Kids are boring, and most parents are boring too. My body could be ruined if I have a child. There are a lot of risks. And the older I get, the more risks there would be to the baby's potential health as well. I have ADHD, depression, I've had addiction issues, and I experience anxiety. This means that I can't always look after myself 100%. And potentially a child could inherit these quirks. It also means I can't 100% guarantee that I could look after a child to the best of my ability all the time. There would be no grandparents nearby to help with childcare. This would also mean that a child wouldn't benefit from the input grandparents have in children's lives, which can be so valuable, all their knowledge and experience and learnings being handed down. That child may hate being alive, may struggle with living as I have, may hate me as I have hated my parents for having me. They may hate me for other reasons. And finally, I really love the person I'm in love with. I don't want anything to compromise what we've got. And I believe that quite often having children does put a strain on a relationship. Just to clarify, I am not a cruel, cold, heartless child hater. I'm not a modern Baba Yaga. I've worked and volunteered extensively with children since I was a child myself, actually. In playgroups, on over 1,000 babysits. I've taught English as a foreign language. I worked as a nanny, at an after-school club, as a kids yoga teacher, at a nursery on an ashram in India, as a PGL activities instructor, as a family worker in Pentonville Prison, and as a mentor for the charity Kids Company. I have godchildren. I'm on my second round of stepchildren. I'm an auntie. I still babysit. I grieve the child I chose to abort when I was 18 years old. When I was 10, my dream job was to become a child psychologist, but my own childhood traumas caught up with me, led me to addiction and dependency, and the dream was abandoned. But the emotional well-being of the children I've worked with has always been at the heart of what I've done, and it still is. Having a child may not be the best thing for your happiness or theirs, and that's okay. That's what we're here to talk about. You, me, my magnificent producer Sharon, and a flock of other free-range women. Together we can move beyond Baba Yaga and the other stereotypes to take the fear out of living child-free.